You keep choosing the easy path, even after promising yourself you'd change. What if you could rewire your entire brain by doing the opposite of what feels comfortable? In this video, I'll share 7 scientifically proven discomfort practices that will transform you into someone you barely recognize in just 30 days. I discovered the power of strategic discomfort when I challenged myself to do one uncomfortable thing every day for a month, and the results shocked me. The problem is, most people think comfort equals happiness, but neuroscience shows the opposite is true. Your brain literally shrinks when life becomes too comfortable. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to use controlled discomfort to upgrade your confidence, discipline, and mental toughness. Let's dive in.
Now here's where it gets interesting. This first practice sounds absolutely brutal, but it's the fastest way to rewire your stress response system.
Cold water immersion means ending your shower with 30 seconds to 3 minutes of the coldest water possible. No warm-up, no gradual temperature change. Just you, standing under freezing water, voluntarily making yourself uncomfortable. Research from the European Journal of Applied Physiology found that regular cold exposure increases norepinephrine by up to 530%. That's the neurochemical responsible for focus and alertness. This works because your brain interprets the cold as a threat, activating your sympathetic nervous system. But here's the magic. When you choose to stay in that discomfort, you're literally training your brain that you can handle hard things. Dutch researcher Wim Hof has demonstrated that voluntary cold exposure can even influence your immune system and reduce inflammation. Here's how to apply it. First, take your normal warm shower like usual. Second, when you're done, take a deep breath and turn the water to completely cold. Third, focus on controlling your breathing. 4 seconds in through your nose, 6 seconds out through your mouth. Don't fight the cold. Accept it. Fourth, start with just 30 seconds for the first week, then add 15 seconds each week until you reach 3 minutes. Common mistake: don't tense up your muscles. Instead, relax your body and breathe steadily. For instance, instead of gasping and fighting, try humming softly to control your breath. It sounds weird, but it works. But that's not all. This next one is crucial, and it's probably the most life-changing habit on this list. The 5 a.m. rule means waking up at 5 a.m. every single day for 30 days, regardless of when you went to bed. No snooze button. No negotiating, no excuses. The moment that alarm goes off, your feet hit the floor within 5 seconds. Stanford neuroscientist Andrew Huberman explains that the first hour after waking sets your cortisol rhythm for the entire day. This works because your brain operates on something called time-restricted homeostasis. When you wake up at 5 a.m. consistently, you're creating what psychologists call a commitment device. Research from the University of Toronto found that people who wake up early score higher on proactivity assessments and report greater life satisfaction. But here's what most people don't realize. It's not really about 5 a.m. specifically. It's about winning the first battle of the day before your mind can negotiate. Here's how to apply it. First, place your alarm across the room so you physically must get out of bed to turn it off. Second, the night before, write down exactly what you'll do in the first 30 minutes after waking. Make it your sacred morning routine. Third, use the 5-second rule by Mel Robbins. Count backwards 5 to 4, 3 to 2, -1, and move immediately. Fourth, get sunlight in your eyes within 10 minutes of waking to anchor your circadian rhythm. Common mistake: don't check your phone first thing. Instead of scrolling through social media, try drinking 16 ounces of water and doing 10 push-ups. This creates a pattern interrupt that prevents your brain from falling back into comfort mode. Now, let's talk about something even more powerful. Most people don't know this, but your constant need to fill silence is weakening your mental resilience. Voluntary silence means choosing 1 hour every day where you don't speak, listen to music, watch videos, or consume any audio content. Just you, alone with your thoughts in complete silence. Think of it as a mental detox. Neuroscience research from Duke University discovered that 2 hours of silence per day prompts cell development in the hippocampus, the region of your brain responsible for memory formation. This works because modern humans are experiencing what psychologists call chronic cognitive overstimulation. Your brain literally never gets a break. Buddhist monks have practiced silence for thousands of years because they understood something profound. Discomfort reveals who you really are. When you can't distract yourself, you're forced to confront your actual thoughts and emotions. Dr. Cal Newport, author of Deep Work, explains that silence is where deep thinking happens. Here's how to apply it. First, schedule your silence hour at the same time daily. Early morning or late evening works best. Second, turn off all devices or put them in another room entirely. Third, sit comfortably or take a silent walk outside without headphones. Fourth, when your mind races with thoughts, and it will, just observe them like clouds passing by. Don't judge yourself. Common mistake, don't try to meditate perfectly or clear your mind completely. Instead of fighting your thoughts, try acknowledging them. I notice I'm thinking about work and then let it pass. For instance, some people journal immediately after their silence hour to process what came up. This brings me to the next secret. But wait, there's more to this. This practice builds the kind of mental toughness that transfers to every area of your life. Physical discomfort training means intentionally choosing the harder physical option every single time for 30 days. Take the stairs instead of the elevator. Walk instead of drive. Hold a plank position until failure. Do 100 push-ups throughout the day. Stand instead of sit. The rule is simple. If there's an easy option and a hard option, choose hard. Research from the American Psychological Association shows that physical challenges directly improve mental resilience through a process called cross-stressor adaptation. This works because your brain doesn't distinguish between physical and mental discomfort. They both activate the same neural pathways. Former Navy SEAL David Goggins calls this callousing your mind. When you push through physical discomfort, you're literally creating new neural connections that say, I can do hard things. Exercise psychologist Dr. Kelly McGonigal found that physical challenges release endorphins and build self-efficacy, the belief that you're capable. Here's how to apply it. First, identify 5 daily situations where you can choose discomfort. Your commute, lunch break walk, evening routine. Second, create a minimum discomfort baseline. For example, 50 push-ups and 50 squats every single day, no matter what. Third, when you feel like quitting, add 10% more. If you plan to walk 10 minutes, walk 11. Fourth, track your physical challenges in a journal or app to see your progress stack up. Common mistake. Don't go so extreme that you injure yourself. Instead of doing 200 push-ups on day 1 and burning out, try adding just 5 to 10 more each day. Sustainable discomfort beats unsustainable heroics. For instance, one person I know started with just taking the stairs 1 floor, then gradually increased to 10 floors over the month. Now you might be thinking, this sounds exhausting, but here's the thing. This next one is crucial, and it's the one most people avoid because it triggers our deepest fears. Social discomfort exposure means deliberately putting yourself in uncomfortable social situations every single day. Ask,